Thursday, April 13th. Yeah, that's what it is. Can you believe it? It's already April 13th. We are almost halfway through April already. It feels like it just began. It's crazy how fast time flies when you're having fun. All right, let's get on with some headlines, shall we? I only have one for you today because it's a crazy one. And I'm going to let somebody else tell the story, the real story, because you may have seen this. Some of you may have seen this and you may have heard about it. This is crazy, absolutely crazy. But an alligator, a very large alligator, was found in the Sacramento River. Here's the story.
Well, an investigation is underway to find out how a 7-foot alligator was found along the Sacramento River in Northern California. The reptiles are not native to the Golden State. Wildlife officials believe it may have possibly been someone's pet and just outgrew its owner. Rachel Wolf has a story.
At this point, we don't know where it came from.
This 7-foot alligator is at the center of an investigation by the California Department of Fish and Wildlife.
An alligator of that size can be a dangerous animal, and there's no business for unpermitted people who don't have the skills, training, and expertise to care for an animal like that to actually possess that animal unlawfully.
It all started with a couple anonymous calls a week ago.
And they said, hey, I'm aware of a friend who has an alligator, and they want to make sure it gets taken care of properly.
The state was unable to track that person down.
Next thing you know, it turned up anonymously at the Wildlife Care Association in Sacramento.
On Wednesday, a man brought the alligator to the facility in a trailer with its mouth taped shut. He reportedly claimed to have found it at Sailor Bar, a popular recreation spot in Fair Oaks.
They found that here.
Oh my gosh, that's scary.
Good thing you weren't walking the dog.
Yeah. Well, he'd make a nice snack.
Patty Allen, who walks there frequently, glad to hear the state was able to safely take that gator in and get it transferred to a proper permitted facility.
I hope so, because I don't want to find any alligator eggs around here.
Authorities wonder if the alligator tail is possibly a fish story.
In the winter in California, the habitat is highly unsuitable for alligators because it's too cold for them. And they usually end up not being able to care for themselves and succumbing to our winters.
More likely, a gator that outgrew its surroundings and its owner.
They are people who think, oh yeah, I just want to have this alligator for a little while. And then next thing you know, it grows up and gets to be pretty big, and they're unwilling or incapable of caring for it properly.
That is insane. And it's insane. Wow, I cannot believe that was in there. I'm not going. I had no plans on going in the Sacramento River. I just made sure that on my schedule there's never any plans to go in the Sacramento River. Those are terrible. Oh, I had a car. Let's try it again. Whoosh. That was terrible too. Anyway, yeah, crazy. They find weird stuff sometimes. Of course, what probably happened is someone had a pet, couldn't take care of it anymore, whatever, and they down in the river. Eesh, no good, no bueno. All right, it's Thursday, everybody. What do we do on Thursday? We do some cooking. Yeah, we do all kinds of cooking. We do some cool cooking. And I had a plan about the cooking today, but that fell through. And sometimes we just have to deal with it. Sometimes the plans are great, and then it just falls apart, and this is what it is, so you move on. So we're gonna see some cool cooking today, like we have been. If you haven't gone back, very instructional, and Ray's done a nice job of putting the instructions back in these videos so you can watch last week's and see the instructions on it. Very good, fun, easy stuff that you can cook on your own at home, and when you're living on your own, or just, hey, you know what, I'm gonna cook for myself today. So that's YouTube Live, 1 o'clock, that's coming up, it's pretty cool. And beyond that, you know what, it's Thursday, man. We got a little bit of rain coming up in the forecast next week, and I'm not loving that. We got a nice weekend coming up, but before that, we gotta go back in the bearded past with Zach. All right, you guys, it's Thursday. We are 1 day away from the weekend, I believe. All right, you guys, let's go back in the bearded past with Zach. What happened today in history? Well, all kinds of stuff. I'm going to tell you that much, but I only have time for a few. We've all heard of Halley's Comet, right? It comes around flying by the Earth every once in a while. The best view of Halley's Comet in 2,000 years was in the year 837. And here we are in
you know, the 2000s, and Halley's Comet's still flying around out there. It's pretty amazing, actually. Also, too, on this day in history, we had the Pony Express, 1860. The first Pony Express rider reaches Sacramento, California. I don't know about how many of you guys have been into old Sacramento. They actually have a statue dedicated to this. And I actually have to have my picture taken there. But yes, they have a statue in Old Town Sacramento honoring the first rider to reach Sacramento. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Pony Express was, this was basically the mail service. These guys would ride horses, get to an outlet, eat, do their thing, jump on another horse, and keep rolling. I mean, pretty amazing. Also, too, on this day, after 34 hours of bombardment, Fort Sumter surrenders to the Confederates. Basically, it's the start of the United States Civil War in 1861. Colonel Anderson, at the time, was in charge of the fort. He surrendered the fort. Funny thing is, a little bit of history, when the war ended, he went back to Fort Sumter and raised the flag back up as well. And then, as we look through history also, how many of you guys have seen the movie Apollo 13? Tom Hanks. Well, that event in real life history actually began and started happening on this day in history. Pretty crazy there. And last but not least, I'm going to give you a little sports history. 'Tis the season. It's not everybody's favorite season, but it is the season. I'm going to give you 1926. At the age of 38. 38 in the sports world's old, all right? I would love to be 38 myself right now, but 38 in the sports world is old. Walter Johnson pitches his 7th opening day shutout. That is amazing, all right? That is just a feat that doesn't happen, and that is an amazing act. Walter Johnson, you get a chance, you can go look at his rules. He had a really neat wind-up, too. Kind of tossed both arms out there. You guys, I hope you guys enjoy your day. Like I said, there's lots of history out there. Go find some more, go read some more, and learn some more. All right, you guys, take care, man.
So we are making something that I grew up with, as well as Gabrielle grew up with. We are going to be making a Dutch and Southern dish. Okay, it is been well known in the South. Here you don't see it too often. There's a few places here in Modesto and Turlock that do make it. I think it's not very good how they make it. We're going to be making what is called chocolate gravy and biscuits. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Okay, so I couldn't find the 3/4 cup measuring thing, so I have to use 2. So we're gonna add the sugar in there. See that skill? Poof, poof, poof. All right, so next we're gonna do 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. There are different types of flour. You have to be very specific when you're looking at them. No, you don't ask questions. We have here what is called one it's 1 tablespoon. Okay, it's abbreviated. So we need 3 tablespoons of this. So how many of these do we need? So we'll add 1 tablespoon. 3 tablespoons. Let's add an extra one. Oh, that was 2. And next we need to add 1/4 cup of, there is a lot wrong. Ooh, that's pure chocolate, ladies and gentlemen, pure chocolate. Oh, look at that yumminess. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. Look how nice those came out. I'm telling you, these are nice biscuits. They come out nice. All right, so to get this going, we're gonna give this a nice little mix because you want to get it smooth and get out as many of the lumps out as you can. Okay. You're gonna want to start warming the burner up at a medium heat. Okay.
Have you been in the kitchen much? It's a burner.
Now you're gonna add 2 cups of milk to this. Okay. So
This is regular milk, 2%.
whole milk. You want to add whole milk. It's in here. So then you're gonna stir this up. Put it on the burner. You have to constantly stir this. You can't walk away from it.
You take your finger and go like that. See, it doesn't separate.
Done.
Now, if it wasn't ready, it would all melt into each other. That means it would be too thin.
All right, off the heat. And I'm gonna take this and you add half a stick of butter to it. And there's the chocolate gravy, guys. Look at that. Look at that. It looks almost like a cake batter. So, thank you guys for joining me today and learning how to cook chocolate gravy with biscuits. Sprinkle it on there.
Carl, don't eat that.
That is our recipe for today. I hope you enjoy it. If you'd like to try it, please feel free to come on in and we will give you a little bit. Poof, poof.
All right, guys. Gabrielle will be back next week. We just had a crazy schedule last couple weeks, so we're off, but we're going to get back on track. And in a couple weeks, we're going to be having a new format to the morning routine, so look forward to that. It's going to be cool. Other than that, have a great Thursday, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, Friday, on the morning routine.